Stream. The Vampire Stream. Welcome. Passive student. You know, I got off the last stream and I forgot. There's something I want to talk about regarding this whole thing, and I didn't want to lose it. This is easier than making a whole nother video. Nosferatu. Yeah, I got them long ass fingers too. That Nosferatu. Yeah. Let's get it. We about to talk about it on the Vampire Stream. This is not going to be that long. I just got to get these last couple thoughts out. I didn't want to forget it. Waiting for a few people to join. The Vampire Stream. We work. I got the police at my job. Yeah, you tripping. The Vampire Stream. Now, let's talk about it. Smash the like button real quick. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. But this is the Vampire Stream. Justin Quinn, I don't agree with you. You said Bob Arum got PBC looking bad. How? Explain it. Why does PBC look bad? Bob Arum and Top Rank don't have any options for Terrence Crawford. So how does PBC look bad? See, this is what I'm saying. You guys listen to a bunch of people's opinions or comments, articles, and forums and comment section. You got to map this out with your own brain and see. So, Justin Quinn, I'm waiting. Explain how he looks bad. How does PBC look bad? Smash the like button. The Vampire Stream. Justin, we waiting for your explanation. Oh, I'm so glad y'all here. He says, saying that PBC fighter don't want smoke with Terrence. I'm a PBC fan, but it seems PBC hasn't responded to Arum's comments. Listen, this is why it's a good topic, you know. I said this in the last stream. I don't remember your name specifically, so you might have missed it. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good for the Vampire Stream. The Vampire. Smash the like button. In my view, Terrence Crawford is an awesome fighter. Errol Spence is an awesome fighter. Terrence Crawford with Top Rank, he just signed an extension for X amount of fights, or, you know, re-upped his Top Rank contract. He does not have options at 147 that are ready-made. Nobody moving up, nobody moving down, no catch weights right there that will make him a star more so than he already is. Like, I can't think of Mean Machine and stuff. That doesn't launch him. Like, Pacquiao fought De La Hoya, and then it was on and popping for him. He fought Mosley's and Hatton. Those fights led him to superstardom. I don't see anyone on the current top ranked roster that is at 147 right now that has the ability to boost his profile. Do you agree with that, Justin, or you disagree with that? And if you disagree, let me know without working with any other promoter who Top Rank could feed to Bud for him to prove his worth that's at 147. Okay, so you agree with me. So you have one promoter who has no options but to work with the next guy or somebody else's stable because there's no fights for Crawford. There is no fights for Crawford at 147 within the top rank umbrella that makes sense, that make him a star. Do you agree with that or disagree with that? Once again, if you disagree, see, you say you're right. PBC has majority of the stars at welterweight. Exactly. So, of course, Bob Arum is going to put it out there that he wants to expedite and make a fight and not marinate it because he doesn't have any options for Crawford other than to fight somebody else's stable. It's that simple. Plus, even if he knows that they're not going to make the fight, because to me, I think it's kind of premature. I want to see the fight in due time, but I'd rather see the fight when it's worth all the marbles. The best versus the best. Right? It's like a built-in patsy where Top Rank could say, hey, we called out Errol Spence and we wanted to make the fight. You know? So this is why we have to fight Mean Machine. Period. But you know, this I'm gonna word this as good as possible because there's a lot of people that haven't even really thought about what they're saying. Pacquiao is PBC too. Justin, you seem cool, so you know I'm not gonna throw you in the hot seat unless you start tripping out or something. But there's a couple people that were saying pretty much what you're saying, and I'm gonna blow people's mind right now. And the people, not Justin, because he seems pretty cool and seems pretty reasonable. Anybody else that wants the hot seat, step up. I'm going to blow your mind with this. And I'm going to try to word it so it's as clear as possible. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to play this game? We going to see. We just talking boxing, people. We gonna see who's talking about what. Hey, block Julio Galino. He just keeps putting the same thing. Block him. We don't have time for you. Passive student or one of y'all, please block Julio Galino. Look at the names, faces, and profile pictures of the people doing the most hating. Thank you, James Souza. Okay, y'all ready? All y'all to do is say when. I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your mind. And this is no disrespect, but it's actual fact. All right, Cali Factor, hold me down. All right, peace. Cool. This is going to blow your mind. This is like some Matrix shit. Remember, he's like, the world you live in is not the world you live in. I rate Terrence Crawford. In my personal opinion, it's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. No particular order. Those are the top two welterweights. But guess what? About to blow your mind real quick. Terrence Crawford being in the top two is my opinion. But it's my opinion based on the potential that he shows, more so than what he's accomplished at the division of welterweight. Case in point. You see people keep saying, oh man, we want the best versus the best. But in my honest opinion, I think Terrence Crawford is the goods even at 147. I think him and Errol Spence are the top two. But based on what he's done at 147 is not better. People keep saying the best versus the best, right? Because we all think, well, not all, but a lot of us think Crawford is the best. But if you really think about it, Sean Porter and other guys have done more because they fought at the division for longer than Terrence Crawford has. So in all actuality, this is our theory. This is our hypotheses about Crawford being the best at 147. I don't think I have good intuition, so I think he's the best. I think he's one, top two. But based on what's already been proven, it hasn't been proven. That's going to take time. So you guys keep saying, "Oh, PBC's looking bad. PBC's look," and I'm like, why are they looking bad? Oh, because it's about the best versus the best, and he doesn't want to fight the best. Crawford fought Jeff Horn, who everybody said sucked and lost to Pacquiao, or not everybody. I'm saying that loosely. I thought Pacquiao beat him, and I said that immediately after, and I've always maintained that. And he fought Jose Benavidez, who y'all said was a gimp. I give credit to Crawford for both of those wins. Me personally, I'm just going off of the masses. Meanwhile, factually speaking, Sean Porter has been in the division longer. Despite if you think Crawford will kick Sean Porter's ass, despite if you think you don't rate Sean Porter or like his style, but from a facts base on paper, Sean Porter fought Kell Brook when he was undefeated, and he was had a size advantage and a very good jab. He fought Keith Thurman, and when Keith Thurman was announced the winner, the crowd booed. So some people thought Sean Porter beat Keith Thurman. He fought Adrian Broner. It was a catchweight, but it was at 144, 145, so technically welterweight. He fought Adrian Granados, right, for the interim belt. Granados is a guy that's hard to look good against. He beat Paulie Malignaggi, who is a former welterweight champion. He beat Devin Alexander to become the IBF champion. So guess what? That's 6 people because he's been in the division. Sean Porter has done more on paper than Terrence Crawford. So why would you have a problem with Spence fighting Sean Porter? And how can you say it's the best versus the best when Crawford still needs the names to prove what he's talking about? We don't know 100%. I think Crawford is the man. Oh, yeah, and I'm sorry. Shout out to Infant Goldie. I really apologize for that. I forgot to add that. Yeah, and of course, last fight, he beat Danny Garcia. That's 7 people. Okay, so Paulie Malignaggi, former champion, Danny Garcia, he just beat for a belt. Adrian Granados, hard to look good against. Keith Thurman, lost but arguably won. Kell Brook, Broner at a catchweight. That's 6 names. Devin Alexander, when Devin was a champion. That's 7 names that Sean Porter, right? That's 7 names that Sean Porter has fought at the division. Shout out to Pasadena. So people keep saying, "Oh, I want the best versus the best." Oh yeah, and he beat Berto. That's 8. 2-time former champion. So do I think Crawford is the man? Yes, I think he's top 2. But again, it hasn't been proven at the weight. So all the fans are saying, "Oh, PBC's looking bad." Not really, because if Errol Spence follows his plan and fights Sean Porter, guess what? Sean Porter, I already said Broner. Sean Porter actually, since he's been in the weight class longer, he's done more at the weight class. So what are people talking about? Terrence Crawford, we all think he's great. We all think he's nice with it. We all think he's the best. I do too. But at the same time, he doesn't have the resume at welter to back that claim up to the point where we say he is the best. We just think he's the best. At the end of this is not a slight to Terrence Crawford. This is my dude. I fuck with Crawford. I really think he's top 2. I think him and Spence are the fight. So I understand why people want to see it. But I'm talking about on paper. On paper, he hasn't accomplished what Sean Porter has accomplished. That's a fact. Unless you can name, you can't name. There's no way you can name, because I just named 8 viable, former champion, current champions, or respected guys in the division that Sean Porter beat, and Crawford only has 2 fights in the division. So I know you can't do it. So people keep saying this, "Oh, so it's about the best versus the best, and Errol's looking bad out here." Not really. How's he looking bad out here? If he fights Sean Porter has done more at the weight and is a champion too. So why does PBC, once again, have to stop everything they're doing to appease Bob Arum because he's getting called the cancer. When if they fought Sean Porter has done more at welterweight. I'm not talking about like, oh, if Crawford fought Sean Porter, maybe Crawford beat Sean Porter. But it doesn't change the fact that Sean Porter carries more names at welterweight. That is a fact. If anybody wants to argue that, you're arguing 2 fights versus at least 8. You know, I'm not even including Eric Bonet and, you know, Julio Diaz or some shit that he fought. There's no way you can argue that. I just named 7 or 8 fights, you know, compared to Crawford just moving up. I think Crawford's the goods. I think, but that's what I'm saying. It has to be proven over time with those names. Sean Porter 8 monstrous shots from Keith Thurman. If Terrence Crawford got hit by Keith Thurman, I don't know. I think he'll be cool. But I mean, we have to still see it. We have to see it. Hey, copy and paste, because I'm not going to dig through comments. Just copy and paste your comment. That's what I'm saying. You have to, like Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook, we have to see him. Errol Spence already beat him. You know, Sean Porter had a rugged fight, lost to him, but some people might have thought Sean Porter won. You know, a lot of Sean Porter's lost. I think he only has 2 losses. They were controversial. So how can you be mad because you think Crawford is better, but he's on probation, you know, on his probationary period. He looks immaculate. But Sean Porter's been on the job for 5 years, and a guy comes in and he's been there for 6 months. You just automatically set right off the guy that's been there longer. So now if Errol Spence fights Sean Porter, that's a bad fight because you don't like it as much. That's not how it really works. That's not how it works. Sean, I'm not at liberty to talk about that. That's not how it works. You know, you have to look at on paper. You know, if Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao, on paper, Pacquiao has done more career-wise, and he's done more at welterweight or higher than Errol Spence has and then Terrence Crawford had. That's a fact. I mean, is anybody arguing that? Is anyone like, I think Pacquiao would probably lose to Crawford. I think he would lose to Errol Spence. But you still got to give the man his credit. It don't matter if he's old. He still has a better you know, how can you just, because you think, you know, you just discount. You can't do that. You can't just take somebody who's on paper done more and then just write them off totally and say, oh, that's not a good fight. They still they have something. Pacquiao has something. He just signed PBC. So what are you guys talking about? Infant Goldie, thank you. I know I'm right. Unless you could tell me. You know it. So this is what I'm saying. People are getting mad, but you're getting mad. I'm not saying Crawford can't do work. I think he will do work. But again, it's what I think based on what we can say tangibly on paper. Sean Porter on paper has fought higher caliber guys at that weight as of right now. So again, this is it's just like you go to get your car fixed. They give you an estimate. The total at the end might be different than the actual estimate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they might say, oh, it's going to run you $450, but then they get underneath that hood and then, you know, that, it's actually $776. You know, it's actually more money than what we initially quoted you, like just barely inspecting it. When we like took things apart and opened up, you know, went under the hood, it's actually a couple hundred more than what we told you. So that's the thing with boxing. I can't, people will keep saying, oh, it's about the best versus the best. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the politics shit. The GOAT, I don't know if you heard it, but Kenny Porter was talking about Sean retiring without fighting Spence on DBN. No, I didn't hear it, but I mean, if that's what it is, but I'm not really worried about that. That has nothing to do with the point I'm making. The point I'm making is Sean Porter on paper, whether you like his style or not, has fought more welterweights. He's been at welterweight longer, therefore he has a better welterweight resume. Terrence Crawford is new to the division. It looks like he's a problem and he's doing damage, but you know, the fact of the matter is, Terrence Crawford didn't fight an undefeated Kell Brook. He didn't fight undefeated Keith Thurman and withstand those punches. He didn't fight, Adrian Granados even. He hasn't fought, like, he fought the two guys he fought, Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez, which is cool. I didn't have a problem with either of those fights. I actually covered both of those fights. So who's trying to argue in the hot seat? Who's trying to argue in the hot seat? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, so basically, Crawford, everything about Crawford at welterweight is a projection. Sterling Patterson, you tell me. He said, what about overall resume? You look at it. Well, okay, so, I mean, whose resume do you like better? Sean Porter's best names are Adrian Broner, Kell Brook, and Keith Thurman. So who are Terrence Crawford's best three that you put up with that? So who's, like, what I'm saying? Who's the Keith Thurman level threat that he fought? You have to just do it. You tell me. You tell me what you think. And see, this is what I'm saying. Don't flip this and try to make it like I'm anti-Crawford. I've always shown Crawford love. I continue to show him love as long as he continues doing what he's been doing. Yeah, I haven't even got to Danny Garcia. You stole my thunder a little bit, but we could say the same thing. Danny Garcia beat a prime Matisse who had losses, but arguably shouldn't have lost to Zab Judah and Devin Alexander. So, in my mind, he was kind of undefeated. The Zab one was a little bit close, but he definitely beat Devin Alexander. Ferocious puncher, was a champion, knocked out Lamont Peterson. Danny beat him. Danny beat Amir Khan by knockout. Danny beat Robert Guerrero. Danny beat Paulie Malignaggi, a former champion. Robert Guerrero, former, interim champion at welterweight. Danny Garcia fought Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia fought Sean Porter, close fight. So realistically speaking, Danny Garcia, Eric Morales twice, Zab Judah. So realistically speaking, Danny Garcia has a stronger resume at welterweight too. Career-wise, he has a very good resume. Kendall Holt, Ashley Theophane. So he has a real good resume. Gamboa, Postal, and Dongo. Okay, so match that with who? Keith Thurman? And Dongo would die if he fought Keith Thurman. And see, I don't, like I said, I'm not trying to make this I'm not shitting on Crawford's resume. I like Crawford, but I'm just saying people are going over the deep end. They're all undefeated. That's cool. That's cool that they're undefeated, but Keith Thurman was undefeated when Sean Porter fought him, and he arguably beat him. You got to look at the names that they stepped in with. So, put it this way. Fuck all the bullshit. I'm not here for the bullshit. I got, money waits. Like, does Terrence Crawford have a better welterweight resume than any of them? Fuck all the bullshit. You guys keep, but this guy's undefeated. I'm not going tit for tat for you. Like Lil Duval said, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Like, I'm not going back and forth. I said my point. You tell me. At welterweight with 2 fights, is it better than Sean Porter's welterweight resume? Yes or no? Is 2 fights better than Pacquiao's welterweight resume? Is 2 fights better than what's the name? Danny Garcia's welterweight resume? Is 2 fights better than Keith Thurman's welterweight resume? These are all PBC welterweights that Errol Spence can fight. And I went through all of them, and you guys aren't saying 2 fights. Listen, Crawford is a G. He is a man. I am not slighting him. But on paper, he has 2 fights. That's a reality. He has 2 fights at that division. Career-wise, that's great. Unify the division, undisputed. But we still got to see what he can do at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So that he doesn't have more names because he hasn't even been there long enough to have more names than any of those guys. So how are people saying, oh, if Errol Spence doesn't fight Crawford right now, Errol Spence is looking stupid? Not really. How is he looking stupid when there's other actual welterweights with better welterweight resumes? But because in your mind, we all rate Crawford, so you're like, oh, these two are the best of the bunch. I agree, I think, but it's not based on the actual accomplishment on paper in the welterweight division. It's based on what we see from Crawford, the temperament, the skill set, the attitude, the growing confidence. It's not based on, oh, he beat Matisse, he beat Keith Thurman, he beat Danny Gar. It's not based on that. It's based on what we feel would be the case. So what I'm saying is, if you look, it's a gray area because it's what we think versus these guys have actually fought X, Y, and Z and got past them. Now who wants to debate? See, people get mad and think you like slighting somebody because you're being factual. I think Crawford would be realistic enough to know he feels he could beat anybody. I'm good with that, But he would probably be realistic to know that his resume doesn't compare at welterweight with guys who have been welterweights for longer. I mean, that's common sense. That's like me saying, I would say this with anything. If Usyk beats Tony Bellew and he moves up to heavyweight, there's no way in one fight he has a better resume than Joshua. Because you only have one fight. I mean, it's common sense. Unless you fought one guy that was the end all be all, and then other people who had been up there longer wasn't fighting nobody. That'd be the only way. But Usyk, if he beats Amir Mansour and then he beats Gerald Washington, you can't say he has a better resume than Joshua, because Joshua has been doing this at heavyweight for longer, and he has solid names like Klitschko. You can't say Usyk, by beating Amir Mansour and Gerald Washington, has a better resume than Wilder, because Wilder has been a heavyweight and he's fought Johan Duhaupas when he's undefeated. He fought against Bermane Stiverne twice. He fought against Luis King Kong Ortiz. AB has a killer resume. People just sleep on it because they don't like his personality. But we're not talking about personalities who we like. So bottom line is this. Unless somebody's trying to argue with me on the Vampire stream, in the hot seat, you know what's going to happen if you lose, then I'm not trying to hear it. Bottom line is Crawford is a G. He's an awesome fighter. I wish nothing but the best for him. I will continue supporting him as long as he continues doing what he's been doing. But on paper, he still needs the names to back up what we feel about him. Sean Porter already has the names at that division because he's not coming up from a division. And then everybody he was fighting was from that division. So it's going to take time for Crawford to develop. And people are already like rushing him into the Errol Spence fight. And see, this is the fake part. Some of y'all, this is how I know. Some of y'all was saying Errol Spence is way too damn big for Crawford. Some of you guys. I said, I don't know who's going to win that fight. I've always maintained, I really don't know who's going to win that fight. Because they're both too much of the same. Crazy, immense competitors, both got power, good speed, and, I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. But we can't start discounting people who have been in the division of the weight class because we want to, because of what we feel, when it's all based on okay, Errol Spence, for example. I told you I think Errol Spence will beat Kell Brook. I did the video about it. I predicted that. But I never said Errol Spence had a better resume than Kell Brook. You know why? Because Kell Brook had at least Sinchenko, or whatever his name is, and Sean Porter. And to that point, Spence didn't have no one like an undefeated Sean Porter, who was a champion. So you have to still give credit to Kell Brook. Even though I thought that Errol Spence would beat Brook, which he did do. You know what I'm saying? Brook had been in there with Golovkin. He had been in there with Sean Porter. So he has more experience at the higher weights. So even though I thought Errol would win, which he did do, I still had to, give credit that the resume department, Kell Brook had a better resume than Spence at that point. It's that simple. Now who's trying to argue? Don't say it's hating if you can't back up what you're saying. You can't say nothing factual to rival what I'm saying. Now, since I don't know shit about boxing, then you tell me. I'll wait. Who's ready? I'm just gonna sit back, lay back right here. Who wants to argue that in 2 fights, Terrence Crawford has? And I'm not saying this to be funny, facetious, or insulting. I like what Crawford's done his whole career. But I'm also a realist, and in 2 fights with a Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez, I can't say you have a better resume than guys who have fought at welterweight for longer, so therefore they have more fights that were against tougher opposition. Like Keith Thurman, if he fought Jose Benavidez, people would probably favor Thurman. If Sean Porter, Danny Garcia fought Jeff Horn, they would probably be favored to beat him too, because they have more experience. So I like Crawford. He moved up, challenged the champion, but a lot of y'all got to slow your roll. LOL, they can't ego because you can't argue the truth. See, that's what I'm saying. So people keep saying this narrative about PBC's looking crazy and all this bullshit. And ego, you're getting paid by PBC and all this bullshit. Fuck all that. Prove what I'm saying wrong. I'm not tripping about all that dumb shit. Oh, Al Heyman, you're on Al Heyman. Okay, I'm on Al Heyman's payroll. Answer the question. Oh, PBC's paying you. Okay, they're cool. They're paying me. Now answer the fucking question. That's what they won't do. And this is the thing. I'm not saying Bud can't do it. Because maybe if you put Bud in with everyone Danny Garcia fought, everyone Sean Porter fought, maybe he beats him. But the fact is, he hasn't done it at that division. He's done great things in his career. Done great things at 140. Great things at 135, beating Ricky Burns. But he hasn't done it at 147. So all the people are saying, oh, this is bullshit. It's about the best versus the best. Listen, Starks, you must have just came in. The question is simple. People keep saying Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. It needs to happen right now, immediately, because it's the best versus the best. But my whole point is we think Crawford is the best, but he doesn't have the resume in 2 fights to rival guys who have been in the welterweight division longer with more impressive names. That's my question. Compare Sean Porter's resume at welter to Terrence Crawford's resume at welter. There's no comparison because he hasn't been there long enough to have done that type of damage that Sean Porter has done. So everyone who's saying the best fight, like me and everyone else that's saying it, Spence and Crawford, that's based on our assumption of the ability of what Crawford can do based on our projection, our forecast, because he's a good fighter. It's not based on the fact that he beat Kell Brook when Kell Brook was undefeated, and we're like, damn, or he fought Kell Brook, or he arguably beat Keith Thurman. It's based on what we think the damage he's gonna do in the division. Well, it's simple mathematics. I'm not saying Crawford can't. I'm not telling you what he can and can't do, because that boy is bad. But on paper, at welterweight, his resume. Listen, like I said, I just I can't keep reiterating the same thing, because I don't want to keep saying the same shit. Like it'll sound like I'm belaboring it or trying to insult Terrence Crawford. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, bar for bar, line for line, at welterweight, other guys on the PBC side who have been fighting at welterweight longer all have a better resume at welterweight than Crawford at welterweight. And the only way you can disagree is if you think Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez is better than any of the PBC top guys, that Errol Spence could fight's resumes. So that's the question. At welterweight, as of 2 fights, name any top level PBC welterweight, that Errol Spence could potentially fight, that whose resume is under Crawford's at the moment. That's the question. Let's compare Crawford's 2 fights to other guys. It's not even a fair comparison. But with that being said, that's how you know it needs more time, because Crawford has to keep proving himself in the weight class. All right, Johnny Fox, you in the hot seat. I'm not playing with y'all. I think Crawford is great. I think Spence is great. Don't know what would happen. You said he's the best pound for pound in the weight class. So if you know that for a fact Crawford could beat everyone that Keith Thurman beat. He could beat Keith Thurman. He could beat everyone Sean Porter beat. How do you know that? I can't wait to hear this. Johnny Fox said he's the best in the pound for pound weight class. So how are you what are you basing it off of if he hasn't had those top level fights of the other PBC guys who are holding it down, who are also great alongside of him? Okay, Johnny Fox, strike one. I'm going to give you another opportunity. What is it based on? How do you know if he only has 2 fights and his resume is not better than those other guys? How do you know? That's what I'm saying. There's no way you're going to be able to talk your way out of this. How can you tell me that he beats Keith Thurman when we didn't see him fight Keith Thurman? How do we know he could take his punch? He might dog Keith Thurman. I don't know. We haven't seen it. So you tell me how you've seen it. And you're up, Johnny Fox. Just like I always say with DAZN and all that, we have to wait for certain things. Certain things will be told over time. We waiting, Johnny Fox. So tell me. I'm telling you, these questions you're not gonna get past them. You're not talking sensibly, you're not. So how do you know that Terrence Crawford absolutely beats everyone Keith Thurman beat and beats everyone that Sean Porter and Danny Garcia beat? How can you say that? Gamboa rocked him at 135. You see how he's not answering? This is what they do. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like DAZN is the best. We can't say DAZN's the best when we ain't seen 6 months worth of DAZN. See? He said, "Hold up, bro. Your time is almost up. You have 10 seconds." 10 seconds, Johnny Fox, to let us know how you're so certain when it hasn't happened. Eight seconds. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Shooters, get ready. 3 seconds. 2. 1. All right, shooters, enjoy. Johnny Fox gotta go. Shit is easy. 8 for fucking 8 on Billboard. It's easy. This is what I'm saying. I'm not knocking Terrence Crawford. He might be the last man standing. He might be. But what I'm saying is you can't really base that off of anything but a prediction, but a projection, And, sometimes we take chances with a prediction or a projection. Like Andre Ward, I thought he would beat Kovalev even though he had no fights at light heavyweight. But you know what? It's because Andre Ward won the Super 6, right? And just the stylistic matchup, I favored him. But at the end of the day, I couldn't say he had a better light heavyweight resume than Kovalev. You never heard me say that. Because how he beat Sullivan Barrera and Alexander Brand. I would never say he had a better resume than Kovalev at light heavyweight, who beat Nathan Cleverly at home, Jean Pascal twice, nearly knocked out B-Hop. So I never said that. I never said it. So the rule applies for anybody. The rule applies for everybody. So it's a new weight class. You still got to earn your dues. Crawford might be the man to do it. I think he has skills. I think he might be able to do it. I think he might do it. But what I'm saying is, the thing is, people are discounting other guys on PBC because you want to see this fight the most. But it remains to be seen if Crawford would have fought Keith Thurman, what the actual outcome would be. Some people would favor Keith Thurman. Some people would favor Bud. We would have to see it to see, exactly what happened. That's a good fight. I think that's a great fight. Everyone's talking about Spence. If Keith Thurman has the hunger, that would be an awesome fight. Sean Porter's chin stood up to the test of Keith Thurman for 12 hard rounds, and he's looking for a rematch, and he never went down. We don't know what will happen if somebody else is new to the division. It doesn't work like that. So, again, I think Crawford is dope. I think he's the man. But in 2 fights, I can't rate his resume over somebody who has 12 fights, 40 fights, and then it has names like Thurman, names like Kell Brook, names like Paulie Malignaggi, who was a champion up there, Danny Garcia. How can you do that? So again, the only thing you could do is try your best to predict and project based on what you have. But anytime someone enters a new division, it's a different, okay, Chocolatito, we'll use him. This dude moved up 3 weight classes. He moved up 3 pounds, moved up 3 pounds, and had much tougher fights. That's it. He moved up 3 pounds and had tougher fight. I think he fought McWilliams Arroyo, Carlos Quadras, and then he fought and lost twice to Sor Rungvisai. So, people before that were probably saying that, Chocolatito could beat based on what he was showing. No one thought, Quadras, who lost to this dude, or Sor Rungvisai lost to Quadras, a guy that Chocolatito beat. Who the fuck thought that guy would beat Chocolatito? So, only time is going to show you those things. Everyone would have been probably just about, especially HBO. They would have been like, no way, Chocolatito. Especially after the first fight. After the first fight, it was close. A lot of people thought Chocolatito got robbed. And then he gets knocked out even worse. He loses even worse and gets knocked out in the second fight. So at the end of the day, you don't know until you see. That's like, this goes with anybody. So Canelo has a better resume. If he beats Rocky Fielding, he has a better resume than Caleb Smith and Jose Uzcategui. That's not how it works. That I can't say Canelo, based on all the stuff he's done entirely, guarantees would clear out 168. Because the guys at 168 have been working on their division for so long. Canelo can't just come there and because he has a good resume totally and he has the skills, then I start rating him past other guys who have more of a resume in that division. And it's even worse at welterweight because unlike the super middleweight, they haven't all been fighting each other. It's been like Gilberto Ramirez has like a Jesse Hart, but not too many other names other than that. Uzcategui got Darrell, but not too many other names other than that. So they're kind of like, Caleb Plant got Porky Medina, stuff like that. But welterweight's even different because Sean Porter got a resume. Danny Garcia got a resume. So it's not like they've actually fought great names even in that weight class. So, people getting this twisted. That's like saying, like I said, with Canelo, if he goes to 168 because he's a quality fighter and he's a skilled fighter, you can't say, I want the best versus the best. So, Caleb Smith needs to fight Canelo. He hasn't proven that he's the best at 168. He's a name. He's a skilled guy, and he's a guy moving up, So we don't know if that's the best fight. You know, Canelo might not be able to hang with the number 1, 2, 3, or 4 guy. We don't know until he does that. Now, I'm not going out to New York for the fight. I didn't even apply. I forgot to apply. You know, sometimes I get tired of traveling. You know, I cover the fight. There's too much boxing too. There's like hella on. So, you know, I could do more damage from at home, I would say. You know, but salute to my dude Jacobs. He's looking in mad shape. I did an Ego Weight Watchers. I get tired of traveling sometimes. You know, I travel so much. Sometimes it's just cool being at the luxury of your house. I just really hate the airports. You know, being on them cramped out. I'm a tall dude. You know what I'm saying? Being on them little airplanes and shit. Sometimes I just be like, should I really get up for this? And I told you guys, like, real talk, I make more money when I don't even go to a fight. Real talk, I get more. You know, it's not just about the money, but it's like convenience. I have my car and just, you know, eat at home instead of eating out, like, shit. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to that particular fight, but I'm definitely going to be watching it. I'll be here with the post-fight. All I'm saying is new weight, new rules. You know, Terrence Crawford is the man. I think he's the best. I think him and Errol Spence are the best. But at the same time, it doesn't change that he has to prove that over time. He has to prove me right. That's all I'm saying. That's the whole thing. Same thing, Canelo. Canelo talking about I might stay at 168. Fine, great. But you beating Rocky Fielding doesn't prove you're the best at 168. You got to beat like some Caleb Smiths and Zurdo Ramirez's, you know, because their best wins, they've been in the division, so they have better wins. And then, like, when you look at welterweight, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia have good resumes, even at that weight class, and good resumes totally. So I can't say in 2 fights with Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez that Crawford runs through everyone Sean Porter fought and would still be undefeated. I don't know. I can guess. He said that Rocky fight is a joke. I'm not tripping off that fight. Let Canelo get his money, you know. But 2019, he needs to get a crack in with Jacobs or somebody. Crawford is a bad motherfucker. But if you put someone in there with him just as skilled and more powerful, I see him losing. I don't, like I said, I got to see it. I don't know. I think Crawford, I rate him. I think he's top 2 at welterweight. But the whole point I'm making is, like, there's no way you can prove me wrong unless you prove me wrong over time. The whole point is it's a theory. It's a guess. It's not based on, it's based on, like, I'm giving credit to Crawford based on my gut and what that's telling me and how his career's played out and the skills that I've seen and how I think he'll transition. But until he proves that over time, there's no way you could say that he's the best at welterweight. That's not how that works. But people keep saying, oh, if Spence doesn't fight Crawford, it's supposed to be the best versus the best man. That's what we think. But, you know, Crawford hasn't fought Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. We haven't seen those fights. So Keith Thurman might be a tougher fight for Spence. We don't know until we see. That's the whole point. Hey, BX New York, you tripping now. You saying Charlos are fighting some deers, no lions? That's not right, because the middleweights are all fighting all in the fall. So most of the guys were tied up. And then Triple G said he ain't even coming back for the rest of the year. So who you want them to fight that's available? BX NYC. You making jokes, but you answer that. Who did you want to see the Charlos fight December 22nd that was available, that didn't come off a recent fight, that would have had enough time to prepare, that would have been a much better fight? And they're already in the division. Not no motherfucker who has to move up or move down. So we'll see how much boxing you know. All right, Justin Quinn, you getting close to that hot seat because you keep putting stupid shit. I promise y'all keep doing it. Y'all gonna get the work. He said, good point. You got that. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, like, if the Charlos had, like, if Triple G was calling them out and then they was like, man, fuck that, I'm fighting Willie Monroe. But we know that's not the case. Triple G's perfectly content getting the Canelo bag and Vanes Matarosen, and he packed it in for the rest of the year. And he was trying to fight Ryota Murata. So why would I be mad at Canelo? I mean the Charlos. Why? Andre just come off of a fight and he got injured. He's not ready for December 22nd if he has an injury. Why would he want to go into a fight with Jamal Charlo with an injury? Billy Joe's failed a drug test. He can't fight. Yeah, but you boxing fans have to be realistic. What's the point if you're not going to be realistic? Realistically speaking, there weren't much better options for the Charlos to fight in that slot. So you have to pick your poison. Some people are like, oh, why is Tank only fighting one time a year? Okay, so Charlos would have been probably fighting one time a year, but they're taking a second fight. It's more of a stay busy fight. So, it's solid. There's some element, stylistically that could maybe give them problems. So you got to live with it. Yeah, but like I said, unless you can find people who are 10 times better than Tony Harrison and Willie Monroe Jr. that would have been available, that would have been realistic for that slot, then none of what you're saying matters. They have to, either you want them to be on the sideline and just waste away, which people complain about that too. So you got to pick see, that's what I'm saying. Boxing fans are getting too fickle where it's just not even making sense. They get mad because Tank only fought in April and ain't fought for the rest of the year. But then they're mad that the Charlos are fighting the best available person that they could that was realistic, which is still solid. It's not, I'm not going to front and act like this is Swift Hurd versus Charlo and Jamal versus Golovkin card. I mean, we all know that. It's not that. But Golovkin's not available. Jared Swift Hurd is coming off a shoulder injury, and he himself said that he couldn't use his left hand for a period of time. He just recently started being able to use his left hand, and he said he wants to have a tune-up, and then he'll come back and fight the Charlo. But he got to get one to test the shoulder out. So if you know boxing, then you'll know what I'm saying. Tony Harrison is not a bum. Exactly. People bring up Willie Nelson fight, but he was winning the fight. And I forgot the other fight he fought. People bring that up, and he was winning that fight too. Oh, with Hurd. Yeah, they're not bad fights. Obviously, like I said, there's better fights that could have been made, but they weren't realistic. Of course, I would rather see Jamal Charlo versus Demetrius Andre, but it's not realistic. There's no way he could fight last week and get injured, and then he going to be ready for December 22nd. He would have to immediately jump into training camp with an injury. How you going to spar with an injured shoulder? Charlo's fighting this Saturday. How he going to fight? Derevchenko's fighting this Saturday. How he going to fight in December 22nd? That looks like it promises to be a war. So how are they going to be ready for December? Billy Joe Saunders just failed a drug test that he was supposed to fight last weekend. How's he going to be ready? He's about to get suspended. He don't have no belt. You guys got to make it make sense. If it don't make sense, then what are we really talking about? We're just wasting breath and space and air. So for me, I'd rather them get some type of activity against solid guys, and then in 2019, I hope we get the better fights. And the other thing you have to understand is Fox, Showtime, ESPN, DAZN. There's some money being thrown out there. So it looks like the dates will be there. Dana White just said he's definitely, him and Zuffa, definitely getting into boxing. So, we got some opportunities. The money's probably going to be there so we can get some good fight. I think 2019 is going to be all right. Listen, Justin, you can say whatever you want, but unless you can name anybody that Justin, because you keep saying a lot of casual stuff, name who you want to see Jermell and Jamal fight that would be available and realistic with everything that's going on in boxing news for December 22nd. If you cannot do that, I do not care what you're saying. You're up. So name a much better fight that would give Jermell and Jamal much more credit that is realistic for December 22nd. You could keep putting all these additional comments, but if you cannot answer that question, then I don't care what you're talking about. So enjoy. Justin Quinn. Who could they have fought at junior middle and middleweight December 22nd? You keep putting all these like peanut gallery sideline comments. That's great. But once again, if you cannot answer the question, then all of the stuff is just a waste of air. Hey, Block BX New York City, he annoying. He said, you love Charlo. And man, get these dudes out of here, man. See, I try to give him credit. Okay, so there's two twins. Okay, Justin Quinn, you in the hot seat. I'm not playing with these dudes no more. Y'all wasting my time. Justin Quinn, you said Lotta. There's two twins. So who's the other one supposed to fight? And Lotta for who? 54 or for Jermell or Jamal? There's two twins. You give me one answer. I'm putting all y'all in the hot seat. You know, I can't show mercy. Every time, you know, they take my kindness for a weakness. We just gotta run it. You playing games? All right, you in the hot seat too. Cause I'm not going back and forth with no results. It has to lead to something. Okay, so Edislani Lotta and who? So I'm assuming Jermell Charlo. It's not many. No, you had so much to say. So you tell me. You said Lotta and who? Who is available for December 22nd? See? Microtel, he said, fuck it, get the strap. You got to be cold in this game. I try to give these dudes chance, and they keep putting the same stuff, the casual stuff. I can't do it. Can't do it. Because it's just wasting time. You're just prolonging it. You said Lotta, that's one. There's two in a twin. Triplets are three. You said Lotta. One person. So who's the other twin supposed to fight? December 22nd. You the matchmaker. You build this realistic good card. See how long it's taking for his matchmaking? Someone said Perro Angulo. See, that's what I'm saying. And he might even fight Chavez in December, so I don't even know if that's even possible. Hello, Justin, where you at? Sign the contract, big boy. I know he's been begging. See, Slay, at least I'm glad Eagles Army feel me. Slay said he been begging for that toe tag for a while. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to come litter my comment sections with a bunch of filth. You got to be able to stand up and die for that shit like Blizzard did if you want some juice. You got to be ready to debate at all times and be ready to back up what you say. It's that simple. Julian Williams and Jaime Munguia. All right. Now, see, this is where you get fried. Jaime Munguia is at 154. Lotta is at 154. Julian Williams is at 154. So you still haven't told me who Jamal can fight. There's two twins, and you keep naming a bunch of 154-pound motherfuckers, right? Your second mistake is Jaime Munguia is already fighting in December, and he's with Golden Boy. And he's supposed to fight in December or January, maybe even on the Canelo card. So that wouldn't work. Strike two. Julian J. Rock Williams is the mandatory for Jared Swift Hurd. So why would he jump out of line to fight against Jermell when he already has a title shot against Hurd, you know, if he just waits? As far as Jamal already knocked out Julian J. Rock Williams, so I hope you're not talking about that because he already beat him. See? This is all off the top of my head. They want to match wits, and then when it comes down to it, this shit they say don't sound any better. You said Jaime Munguia, a Golden Boy fighter. They're already doing their own thing with him. He's supposed to be in, you got to stay up with boxing news. He's supposed to be fighting on the DAZN card with Canelo or fighting in January. Or he might even fight on the HBO boxing one of their last cards. So you still haven't even, and you still kept naming 54 pound. Who at 160? You kept complaining about the matchups. So you tell me who's Jamal supposed to fight? You still ain't told me no one. Okay, Rob Brandt. Now, okay, you're reaching. Martin Murray. Nobody cares about that fight. You know, nobody cares about Martin Murray. So Willie Monroe is just so much worse than Martin Murray. Whatever. Lemieux's with Golden Boy. So we don't. And Oscar De La Hoya just did a tweet about, I hate these PBC fighters and they're cherry picked. So I don't see that happening. Lemieux. So you want to see Jamal Charlo versus Lemieux, and he got outboxed smoothly by Billy Joe, and he got knocked out by Golovkin. Is that really? So that's really much better than Willie Monroe? They both lost to Triple G when they stepped up. Lemieux actually has more losses than Willie Monroe. Willie Monroe probably got 3 losses. Lemieux got 4. So how is that much better? Just because he has power is supposed to be better? And then the last, bro, you looking desperate, dog. The last person you said was Rob Brandt, and he just fought a day or a week ago, and his face was looking like this. This is Rob Brandt's face versus in his victory. How the fuck he gonna fight in December, and he coming off a war, and his face looked like this, like he got burned? Come on, bro. Rob Brandt, really? It looked like he fucking got his whole face burnt by acid right there. And he gonna be ready to fight a Charlo by December, and he's coming off a war. Get Justin out of here. See, this was, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. He Googled 160-pound fighters. Bro, I wasn't even trying to do you like that. Pause. I wasn't even trying to do you like that. But you just kept going. This is what they do. You give them an inch, they try to take them out. They just keep going and keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Then we got to get you. I'm sorry. We got to get you because you just wasted all this time. Look, it's 160 people watching, just like the middleweight division. Mammoth Wang, you in the hot seat. Listen, I'm not playing. I'm not going back and forth with y'all unless there's an end result. Mammoth Wang, so what if Lemieux is with another network? What you mean, so what? Okay, so when's the last Golden Boy fight with an Al Heyman fighter, for a main event that you seen that wasn't something that got ordered, like a mandatory fight? All right, Mammoth Wang. What you mean? Like it don't, like what I'm saying has no bearing. When's the last time Golden Boy did a non-mandatory fight with the Al Heyman main event? Man, I'm about to be 9 for fucking 9 on Billboard. Ego 6'9". Name the last Golden Boy Al Heyman main event that was not ordered by a sanctioning body. Who cares? If they are good fights, they should do it. No. I never said I don't want them to do it. I never said I don't. So you said who cares if they are good fights, they should do it. I agree with you, but that's not what we're talking about. No. Look, Mammoth Wang. Your Wang ain't Mammoth. You got a Vienna sausage, bro. You lying. Anybody gotta name themselves Mammoth Wang don't have a Mammoth Wang. Your girl told me. She said you got Vienna sausage. You talking about Wilder, Joshua, you all over the place, dog. You all over the place. I didn't say I don't personally want to see inner cross networks working together interchangeably. I never said that. But I asked you a question, which you still have not answered with your Vienna sausage, because your girl told me. I asked you, when was the last Golden Boy fight that was not ordered with Al Heyman for a main event? No, it's not. You're not flipping this on me, Trump. You're not going to flip this on me. I asked you, when was the last time you seen the main event from Al Heyman and Golden Boy? What was the name of the fight? That was not sanctioned, like where they had to fight each other. They just worked together on their own. And then you try to flip it on me. Oh, so you don't want to see Joshua Wilder? I never said I don't want to see Joshua Wilder. I want them all to play nicely in the sandbox together because I'm a boxing fan. So this is not about me. Nobody cares. Well, nobody cares about you. Shooters, do your thing. You see when they can't answer the question, what do? See, Mammoth Wang? What do when they can't answer the question? I'm an idiot because you can't answer the question. Okay. They be getting so mad. Why you mad at me because you can't answer the question? How does that work? You see, how do I get blamed because you said some stupid shit and I called you on it and you can't justify or back up what you said? He's like, oh, you don't want to see Wilder Josh? I never said that. Don't flip. This is not a me thing. I simply asked you, when's the last Golden Boy and Al Heyman fight that you seen when they worked together on the main event that was not mandatory? And he couldn't. Who cares? Nobody cares. We know why you're saying who cares, because you can't think of one. This shit is too easy, yo. I'm telling you, that emotion, them emotions, if you're overly emotional, this is not the channel for you, because you're going to get cold. We going to call, like Cannabis said, I'll call your bluff like it had a phone number. If you just saying stuff just off the strength, off the, just because off the cuff, because that's what you want to say, and it makes you feel good, this is not the channel for you. Ain't no, hey, y'all petty. Someone said ain't no thing like a chicken wing, huh, Mammoth? They get mad, bro. They're mad because they know what it's mad. They're mad because they're getting exposed. They're not exposing me. They're not exposing me. I'm asking a simple question. He was like, David Lemieux, who cares if they're on a separate network? I don't care. I want them all to work together, but what I want in the reality of the situation is not always the same. We know there's little promotional, if you want to fight my fighter, you have to sign to DAZN, and little Cold Wars and, pissing contests, and, we know the game. Then you're going to try to flip it on me like I'm the one that is encouraging the Cold War. I want them all to work together so the fans win, but that's not the reality of it right now. Bob Arum saying Heyman's a cancer. De La Hoya's taken to his social media, and this shit is a trip, bro. Look, he said, who cares? Look at your boy, Oscar De La Hoya. He just did this today. I'm freaking tired of these so-called PBC fighters cherry picking all the time and not thinking of their legacy, rather thinking of a quick buck. So he's managing Lemieux, and he's also putting, I'm sick and freaking tired of PBC, so-called PBC fighters cherry picking. So you think they were going to work together in December to make Lemieux versus Charlo, that nobody has to fight. It's not like a mandatory situation. And the funny thing is, man, this boxing game is funny. De La Hoya is talking about cherry picking, and I'm freaking tired. And Canelo's fighting Rocky Fielding. I don't have a real big problem with it, but come on, he fight Rocky Fielding. He fought Amir Khan. What are you talking about? He fought Amir Khan and Liam Smith in the same year when Golovkin was like, hey, no, guys, give me my belt. No, Golovkin was on you, and you fought Liam Smith and gave up the belt. Canelo gave up the belt. This is fact. And then you fought Amir Khan and knocked snot out of his nose, out of his snot box. And you talking about cherry picking? Like, really? Kirkland was on a 1.5 year layoff. It really gonna go there? Really? No, God. This shit is crazy. Shout out to the real GOAT. Oh, of course it is. This PBC hate seems coordinated. Aram, De La Hoya, Hearn, they up to something. Man, Al Heyman been killing for the last couple of years, and now, you know, a lot of them on DAZN. So they trying to gang up. That's what it looked like. They trying to gang up on the boy Heyman because he making boss moves. The biggest budget, so, you know, they're going to put their own spin and narrative. Look at Passive Student. He said Liam Smith, Amir Khan, Julio Cesar Chavez at a catchweight, Rocky Fielding are not legacy fights. See? That's what I'm saying. This game is funny. It's like Bobby Brown telling me not to do drugs. What the fuck are you talking about? You know? His jaw, and I know you're getting bored dealing with him. You can't tell me not to do drugs. I don't do drugs, for the record, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make sense. That's like so hypocritical. Bobby Brown. Woo! And I know you're getting bored. Like, yo, fucking jaw looks like a typewriter, dog. What are you telling me not to do drugs for? You know, it's hypocritical, really. Woo! It just not my thing. All these strange relationships really get me down. I see nothing wrong. Sitting around, see everybody talking on the stuff around me. I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn, listen to telephone, Mr. Telephone, and I know you're getting bored. Like, stop it. You gonna tell me not to do? De La Hoya calling him a cherry picker, but Rod Salka and Danny Garcia fought, and it was a golden boy. That was a golden boy. Go look at it. Go look at the weigh-in. Danny Garcia versus Rod Salka. It said Golden Boy Promotions. Fuck their advisor. It was promoted by Golden Boy. Danny Garcia and Rod Salka. And you put the Golden Boy stamp on that. Hell nah. Rod Salka? Motherfucker, Danny Garcia hit him so fucking hard. He got hit so hard he did the Carlton dance. It's not unusual. I seen some pictures. He was doing the Carlton dance. Danny hit him with that Philly shit, that Aki, that no look hook shit. He did the Carlton. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. That motherfucker. Go look at the picture, right? Whatever. Rod Salk, it's not unusual. He was getting it in them pictures. That motherfucker did it. He knocked him into the Carlton dance. I can't even. I'm about to knock some. I got long arms. I'm about to knock some shit over. You know, we watch. You talking about cherry picking? We watched Canelo versus Chavez, Lucas Matisse versus a guy Broner beat, Emmanuel Taylor. On the same card was David Lemieux versus Marcos Reyes. Like, stop it. You know? Canelo, Triple G, Chocolatito. Who the fuck did he fight? I don't even remember on the rematch. David Lemieux versus Soto Popinski. Gary Spike O'Sullivan knocked out in one round. Made us wait for an hour because David Lemieux smoked the man out. And De La Hoya is saying someone's a cherry picker. Like, this shit is crazy. He's saying Al Heyman's a cherry picker, but like, just stop, bro. You know, that's the worst part about this. It's like people are so. It's just like the game is so hypocritical. You just say whatever, and then people who are tribal, like tribalists and racists and shit, they'll just run with everything. You know, so Golden Boy, to my knowledge, got in the way of Ryan Garcia sparring with Tank. You didn't even let Ryan Garcia spar with Tank. But shout out to my dude Ryan Garcia for doing a deal with Canelo's trainer. I think that's a good look. You wouldn't even let him spar with Tank. and you talking about cherry picking. Crazy, man. So what happened with Mikey and Errol? I don't know. I don't know if they're still gonna fight, but I think the Wild Mayweather was talking about coming back, and then they had a Wilder Fury. So that's too much. That's too much action for pay per view. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't know if they were trying to put it on pay per view, but you don't want to mess up Wilder Fury pay per view by putting something like that where people are like, man, I'm not getting the pay per view because I'm just gonna wait and on regular Showtime and watch Danny or Errol and Mikey. Golden Boy roster is garbage. Hey, you going in? Y'all going in? So it's just crazy. How you gonna call anybody a cherry pick? Like, what's the last? Name the last memorable Golden Boy like full card, like top to bottom card. I don't even remember any Golden Boy is like main events, like not main events promotion. I'm talking about you're really watching for the main event. You're watching to see Canelo, and everything else is just like up and comers or matches nobody really is tripping off of. I respect I respect your unbiased content, bro. Appreciate you. Probably the Triple G versus Canelo, and all of them ended fast. Yeah, but it still was. I agree that was solid for like a Golden Boy undercard, but it still wasn't no mega, no real smoke. You know what I'm saying? David Lemieux versus Spike O'Sullivan. Why didn't David Lemieux fight Charlo? See, on Charlo's Showtime card, people get mad because David Lemieux's not fighting Charlo. But then Golden Boy charged that on HBO pay per view. Why didn't David Lemieux fight Charlo? That would have made the pay-per-view better. Hi bro, best channel. Shout out to you. Rayhan. Shout out to you. And then Roman Chocolatier, who was he fighting though? Why didn't he fight Sor Rungvisai in a third match? You see? This is what I'm saying. It's this like racist fans and tribalists and stuff, or people who just have favoritism that be promoting that, like they'll come down on PBC because they don't like them, but PBC is not doing anything different than your favorite promoter. If anything, your favorite promoter might even be doing it worse. You see what I'm saying? Charlo's fighting on Showtime. You're getting both brothers. They're gonna have some activity, but people are mad because it's Tony Harrison and Willie Monroe. But HBO pay-per-view, Canelo Triple G2, how come they didn't get David Lemieux versus Charlo? So on the Showtime card, Charlo has to fight David Lemieux, otherwise it's weak. But then when they're charging you for a pay-per-view, they couldn't put together no Charlo versus David Lemieux for that. So how's that work? Golden Boy don't have to make David Lemieux versus Charlo, but Showtime do. You see? You see how stupid that is? I'm like, who could the Charlos really have fought? Oh, they should have fought David Lemieux. Okay, David Lemieux just fought on a pay-per-view that charged people additionally from HBO Premium Network, and David Lemieux fought Gary Spike O'Sullivan. So why didn't he have to fight someone better, a better middleweight, on something they're charging you additionally for? Explain that. I'll wait. I just want to hear it. That's what I'm saying. People have selective memories and selective favoritism. So Charlo versus David Lemieux only has to appear on the Showtime card, on their regular network. So it's all on Showtime to get that done. But it wasn't on HBO pay-per-view or Golden Boy to get it done for Canelo Golovkin. You see? Can y'all hear me? The chat stopped. Shout out to Sterling. Black fighters are held to a higher standard and they get criticized for others not fighting them. Exactly. And obviously black advisors like Al Heyman. You could get mad. You could be like, oh, you always bring up race. Shut the fuck up. Don't watch my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you're not proving it. You're not disproving it. If you disprove it, then I'll listen to what you have to say. But they're not disproving it because they know what the fuck is up. They know how these racist people be in the sport of boxing, but they get mad because somebody said it. You know, you want to shoot the messenger. You know the deal. Eddie Hearn bro. All right. Let's be real quick. Charlo's fight just got announced yesterday. And people are like, oh my God, why is Charlo fighting Tony Harrison? Oh my God, this is no good. This is not boxing. Right? Why is Charlo fighting Willie Monroe? This sucks, man. This is what they say, right? Okay. I'm going to just show y'all something real quick. Watch. Just give me a sec. Give me 1 sec. Okay. People are mad about the Charlo card. Like, this is the DAZN Matchroom card that's going down. This is the DAZN Matchroom card. Who is that? Who is that? That Ip Man? Like who the fuck is that? That look like Donnie Yen from Ip Man. Y'all mad at Luis Ortiz for fighting Kaufman. Who is this character? Who is this? Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, there's already a guy named Stone. Yeah, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I just smoked weed, so I'm stoned cold Steve Austin. Get it? Stoned. And that's the bottom line. Like, who the fuck? Who is that? Who is this? That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know Dennis Lebedev, but who is that? That looked like a police composite sketch with a Hitler mustache. You know, Ip Man. I don't know, Chris Algieri or somebody. Somebody's son. He looked hella young. Billy Zane from Titanic. You know, fucking Billy Dib, Billy Zane, Drake little brother, whoever the fuck that is. Nah, I'm just playing. I know who that is. But, bro, stop it. But y'all, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't spread the love. A316, and that's the bottom line. Fucking Stoned Cold Steve. Man, get Billy Zane, all these motherfuckers out of here, bro. So, hey, Giovanni is out of fucking control. He said Leo Santa Cruz's brother. Hey, that lightweight dude. I like Leo Santa Cruz. I like the way he be like, yeah. So my trainer, I told my, my dad, he, Leo Santa Cruz is just like, he's like almost shy under my, I'll fight Carl Frampton again. I feel it'll be good. That motherfucker said Leo Santa Cruz. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? Nat King Cole, look at that. Like, who the... Bruh, get this whole card. Get this. I am not going to Monte Carlo to see Nat King Cole Jr. Fucking Vic Damone or whoever the fuck that was. Like, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Like Vic Damone Jr. Vic got a kid? Like, who is that? I'm really trying to get Nat King Cole or whoever the fuck this is. Fucking Mexican Terrence Howard or whoever the fuck that is. Sir, man different than a dog, man. Like fucking Lucius Empire looking at. Oh, get these dudes out of here, bro. Sir, I was just playing with you, young bud, man. Yeah. Somebody said Nat King Coleslaw. Hey, did anybody see the Dave Chappelle when he was like, it was like Nat King Cole? He had his hair so funny. And Dave Chappelle had some champagne. He was like, I'm gonna put this champagne all over your body. You trifling bitch. Oh yeah, that's bro. You mad at the Charlo's card, but you ain't mad at Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stoned. And that's the bottom line. Like, who is he? Who are you? You not mad at Austin 316? What? Look, he don't look like a police composite sketch. Like, yeah, he pulled out the gun in front of everybody. This looks like a police composite sketch. Like, what you talking about? Are these even real people? You know what I'm saying? Fucking Romeo Must Die over here. Like, who the fuck? This is Romeo Must Die? With Aaliyah? You know what I'm saying? Chris Algieri. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Everybody said. Somebody said cuz look like, hold on. They said he looked like Expendable. He looked like the transporter. What's that? Volt Shock? What's the name? What's the movie he was in? It's like called Shock or some shit with Jason Statham. Oh my gosh. Fucking Expendables. Next time, I'll cut all of your balls. Striker. Jason Statham always had that cool voice. Next time, I'll cut all of your balls. No, it's not the Meg. Y'all tripping. It's called Crank. That's it. Somebody said Jet Li, I will be the one looking at this. Y'all better stop. Please stop. Y'all mad at the Charlo card, but y'all happy at this Monte Carlo boxing bonanza. Who even calls something? Like, come on, bro. Boxing bonanza. Like this is a Mel Brooks film. Okay, Romeo Must Die over here. The police composite sketch. Like, who is that? You don't jump back on the Forensic Files episode right now. You know. Fucking one of the Jacksons that never came out. Just Jared Jackson and shit. Like, damn, I didn't know Mike had a brother named Jared. Yeah, I was in the back. I was playing the harmonica. You know, I told you Billy Zane had to come through in the clutch. And that's the bottom line. Oh my God. Don't ever tell me about no Charlo card being bad. Like, who going to Monte Carlo? Who going to, like, I want your favorite YouTube channel to go to Monte Carlo to cover that. Nah. I want to see if your favorite somebody says Steve O. Fuck yeah, dude. I can't even do the Steve O, but he be sounding like, fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God, who the fuck said Steve O? Stop it. Oh my God. No, I don't ever want to hear about who the Charlo's fighting. Shout out to Lamar Gucci. Oh my gosh. Shout out to New Media, $5 super chat. I see you getting that work. These comments is funny. Who the fuck is this? This Ricky Tan from Rush Hour. Remember, he's like, get a dog, let's go. Ricky. Get up, Ricky Tan. This Ricky Tan. Ricky Tan, get a dog. Come on, dog. Ricky Tan. Who the fuck is this? Oh my God. That's on DAZN. Who is... I'm just gonna keep showing y'all. I'm gonna just keep showing y'all until y'all can identify the best boxing community. Until you guys can identify these people. This motherfucker got Saget from Street Fighter 2. Tiger. He got Saget, got his patch removed, got LASIK and shit. Tiger uppercut. If you don't get Saget all the way the fuck off my screen right now. Look at Saget. Saget without the patch. Tiger. Tiger uppercut. Oh man. Tiger. Oh my God. Tiger. Oh my gosh. Is it hot in here? Or is it just me? Okay, Giovanni, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. He said, dude, look like I'm rare like Mr. Clean with hair. Okay, please. Somebody said Mr. Clean, Chuck Liddell. Shut up. I ain't never seen him though. I swear I never seen him. I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. I'm rare like Mr. Clean. Somebody said Mr. Clean. Who is he? He look like the cool uncle that'll buy you liquor because you close enough to 21. Like, yeah, I know you guys are only 19, but I'll get you guys some 211s. Like, that motherfucker will buy you beer. Like, you guys got the money? Motherfucker 19 and shit. What'd you want? Okay, Mad Dog 2020 and 211s. Okay, you guys got the money? Fucking Talladega Night. Look at that. Like, stop. Shut up, whoever is saying these jokes. Somebody said Creed 2. Look at that. Yeah, fucking Son of Drago. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Don't ever listen, unless you guys are going to be this, when Charlo's is fighting, unless you're going to be this, you know, if you cutthroat with their card and all these other cards, then be cutthroat with this. That motherfucker look guilty. I don't even know. The fucking Kermit Cintron looking at. Like, who is this? Fucking Truce Willis. Who is this? Motherfucker look like hella suspicious. You know, like you about to date a bitch and go meet her dad and shit. He looking at you like this. You're like, yeah, I'll bring your daughter back by midnight. What the fuck are you looking at me like that for? Looking like angry pops and shit. Like, who is that? Fucking son of Randall Tex Cobb. Hey, bro. Ricky Tan, dog. Get up, dog. Ricky. Who is any, like... Who is that? I've never seen him before. I've never seen that dude. Israel Gonzalez, Zili Zhang, Fanlong Ming. I don't know. I'm not familiar with these guys. Y'all are out of pocket. That was a little bit too much fun. But see, that's what I'm saying. They don't spread the love. They're oh fucking Charlos, goddammit. Why are the Charlos fighting these bums? Like, but I don't hear nobody complain about that. Nobody complain about Canelo, Rocky Fielding. We don't know anyone else who's gonna be on the card. Why don't we keep it? Why don't we keep it all the way equivalent? This look like the fucking Usual Suspects reboot. This is like hella just random people. Just random people. That's your boy Truce Willis. Somebody said Chuck Liddell. So anyway, don't be so hard just on the the Showtime side. You know, if we gonna go hard, let's go hard on everything. Someone said the Expendables 6 cast. I'm done, bro. This is too funny. Y'all gotta stop. This motherfucker look like Vin Unleaded 87. This ain't no Vin Diesel. This Vin Unleaded 87, number 87. Let me get a 20 on pump 5 looking ass. Fuck you mean. This is Vin Unleaded, number 87. Fuck you mean. I don't even know who this dude is. Motherfucker ain't got no ears, no type of no. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What you say? Motherfucker ain't got no ears. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Guess my age looking at. I don't know how old he is. He look old and youthful at the same time. That motherfucker. Stop. See, that's what I'm saying. Stop playing with new media. Unless you're gonna be unless you're gonna be like that with everybody, then I'm not trying to hear it. You know, like if the Charlos is the worst card you've seen, then whatever. You guys get what I'm saying? Is that fair? Fucking Dana White's kid brother. Dana Off-White. You know, Howie Mandel looking ass. Let's make a deal. Fuck you mean. This Howie Mandel. Hey, let's make a deal. I'm mad that somebody said Leo Santa Cruz. Please stop. The Vampire Stream. Oh, fuck. Yo, funny. Yo, hella funny. Oh my gosh, my fucking cheeks hurt from laughing. Oh fuck. That's the that's a DAZN card. That that's a DAZN card that they putting up. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Don't be so hard on everybody else. This is a DAZN card. And Sky Sports. Fucking son of Picard. Who is this? Charles. Fucking Professor X looking motherfucker. Son of X. Who is this dude? Woody Harrelson? Fuck you mean. Fucking White Men Can't Box sequel. Who is this? True Detective looking ass. Yeah, this is a youthful a youthful Professor X. Professor X, the college years. Y'all better stop, man. Stop. Fucking Ed Harris and shit. All right, I'm done. Somebody said Kane from WWE. Y'all tripping. Anyway, like I said, this is how I know that people be fake, because there's no level of criticism. It's just pure acceptance. You know, they act like, oh, I'm a superb boxing fan. Like, I'm a big bad boxing fan. And they only accept the best. That's cool if that's how you really feel. But we know that's not the case, because when Top Rank puts together a card worse than Charlo, Golden Boy card worse, you don't say nothing. You know, DAZN or Eddie Hearn or, you know, Canelo's undercard look horrible. You don't say nothing. But then allegedly you have all this animosity towards Al Heyman and he's ruining and can't stop it, bro. I'm done. Someone said George Groves Sr. I'm truly done. That boy looked like Uncle Fester. He said Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Y'all need to stop, bro. They hate Al Heyman with the passion. But it's fake. It's fake shit, people. It's fake. Talk about Danny. But like I said, if the Charlo versus whoever, you know, Charlo, Tony Harrison, Charlo, Willie Monroe, you know, everyone, there's so much to say. But Golden Boy just had a card on Facebook. What about that? So that was, you liked, you know, Ryan Garcia versus a guy that lost to, I think, Machado or somebody. And then, you know, a bunch of people on the undercard that, you know, people weren't really even checking. Okay, I'm done. I'm about to get out. Somebody said he looked like Remy from Higher Learning. You're nothing, man. You're a monkey, Malik. You're nothing, Malik. I'm done. That motherfucker said Remy. He's like, you ain't nothing but a punk ass white boy with a fucked up haircut. You're nothing, man. You're a monkey. You're nothing, Malik. He had that gun in front of him. Hey, on Higher Learning, when Omar Epps, he was really into character after Tyra Banks got clapped, and then he was like choking the shit out of Remy. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. He was choking the shit out. I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. That was some good ass acting. Shout out to Omar Epps, y'all. I think he was really choking Michael Rappaport because he was like, I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. That motherfucker was really choking. That was some good ass act. I like some good ass acting. That shit was good. Golit, he said it hella funny though. I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. Shout out to that good ass acting. Busta Rhymes was in there. Wow. My knuckles all swollen shit. Real talk, what a mother beat, I got a brother. Back with another bang in the sand of the summer. Better get up and come around, cause the way I should be clogging up the toilet, you probably should call him, blah, blah. That's how. You niggas get dumb and thinking you can come around and test me. I'm saying you should never ever think that you better nigga get it together, but body your shit and mommy number Trevor still in the way. That's Busta Rhymes be going in. That was my favorite movie. That was a good ass movie. You know Tupac was supposed to be in it? John Singleton wanted Tupac in it. I don't know what character, but he wanted him in it. But I don't know. He went to jail or something. I don't remember. Or he might have died. I don't remember. They look like the cast of Drawn Together. I'm not familiar with Drawn Together. All right, I'm done. This is Drawn Together, hella random. I'm out. Y'all are really violating with this Drawn Together shit. Bill Goldberg. Yeah. He about to spear somebody. Someone said it looks like a WWE pay-per-view card. Y'all are... Man, we need to make a movie, like a comedy or something. This shit is too funny. That's what I'm saying. This shit is crazy. Like, really, this is... Who is this? Fucking grown-up Doug Funny. Do-do-boo-do-do-do-do-do. Chicka-ba-da-da-ba. Do-do. Remember Doug? Y'all don't remember Doug Funny? Y'all young motherfuckers? This look like a grown-up Doug Funny with bills. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hi, Patty. Do 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 do. Man, shout out to Doug Funny and Roger. Shout out to Roger and Patty Mayonnaise and them. You know, Skeeter. I'm done. I forgot about. Remember Roger had that wavy shit. He had that finger wave. Somebody said Tommy Pickles. He called him Reptar. He called him fucking Rugrat. This shit is hurting my soul. Somebody said Tommy Pickles. Hi, Tommy. I'm Chucky. Why do cartoons' voices be so like out of pocket? Tommy, like what fucking kid newborn sound like that? It's Raptor. Like, oh my gosh! Somebody said Tommy Pickles. Leave me alone. Cartoons used to have that, like G.I. Joe and stuff. Like The motherfuckers be talking like snakes and shit. Like just hella out of pocket. Like stupid and Sally walks the shore with seashell. Like you doing too much. Just cause you a cobra, you gotta talk like a cobra, motherfucker. Like cartoons be doing hella extra. Fucking Ninja Turtle. What is this thriller? We must get to the portal. The turtles is splendor. Like you do it. What is this thriller? Like, why does Krang sound like that though? We must get into the portal. Like, goddamn. Like. I used to be loving that shit though. That shit. We need to get to the Zone lab before the turtle. What is it, Eddie? Like it was Krang drunk. Like. This is one of the classic streams we've done. Yeah, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, like you doing too much. Like, we must get to the other dimension. Like, you doing too fucking much. Whoever did the voice to Krang, you fucking did too much. That was some good ass acting, but you did too much. We must beat the turtles before we get to the other dimension. Like, you just went 18 different octaves. Like, you tripping. Did y'all know Uncle Phil from, oh, fuck, my phone died. He said it's the best stream I've ever done on everything, bro. Hey, all my new booty poo butt rookies, go watch the classic Turtles. That's exactly how Krang used to talk. But anyway, on the classic Turtle cartoon, Uncle Phil, you know, the father or the stepfather, whatever, Will Smith's father. How come we don't want me, man? You know. That was the voice of Shredder. Oh, I smell something in the room. Like, Shredder sounded dope. He'd be like, no, I smell something in the room. Why is Shredder? Why does Krang sound cranky and shit? You must get to the portal. No, I'm not high. This is what I do for I get paid to do this. This shit is just funny. Y'all always think it's some drug addicts. Y'all some fucking drug addicts. You think everybody got to be high and smoking and shit. I'm having fun. I enjoy life thoroughly. This is what I do for a living, man. I work my whole life for other people. So to finally be able to do something I like to do that I'm passionate about, this shit is fun. Hey, they need to let me in Hollywood with these voiceovers. I got this game. You know what I'm saying? I could do this shit. I'll kill my lines. Let me do the promos for the Zone. I'll do the Krang voice. Demetrius Boo and Trade. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. I'm about to play Drake. You know. Yeah. I told all the people I'm running up. I'm coming up. Yeah. I would run it through the sit with my. You know how that go. Let's get it, man. Y'all got me tripping. This shit is funny. Give us that. I ain't done Virgil Hunter. He said, dude, give us that Virgil Hunter impression, bro. Virgil's just smooth. Like, I remember him and Keith Thurman were beefing. You know what I'm saying? They were beefing, and Keith Thurman said he'll knock out Khan and his trainer or something crazy. And Virgil came back. See, the thing is, Virgil, he's not like he don't ever react. Like he don't ever like he's like a crazy immense poker face. You know, you never really see him like overdo it. Man, I'm trying to think out for. I ain't seen Virgil or heard him in a while. He was like, I grabbed Keith Thurman by the ponytail and he said, I know how to break him. I'm trying to think of how Virgil sounds. It's been a minute. Sometimes I have to hear it, you know. You see, Andre is like a big cat, and he will pounce on you if you. Yeah, Virgil is low key funny when he was talking about. Now I don't tell a lot, but some Birdie was in my ear and he told me that Sergey Kovalev, he liked to do the drinking. And he liked the vodka. That's how I gotta hear Virgil. It's been a minute, but that's how Virgil be talking. He told me that Kovalev and his team, they like to drink and sometimes they go overboard with it and like to drink the vodka. And I know Andre since he was a little boy, and if you think you're gonna beat anything Dre has accomplished in that little bit of time, then you're not gonna succeed. That's how Virgil be smooth with this shit. Virgil be smooth. I'll pull a chick like Virgil. Now I'm trying to tell you, my name is Ego. I got my own channel on YouTube, and basically I was wondering if I can have your number and maybe we get a bite to eat. If we, she was like, damn, you talk different. You ain't from around here. I'm like, yeah, I'm really not from this place. I'm I'm not even from the Bay Area like that. You see, I'm gonna just start saying shit. Andre is like a big cat, and Kovalev, he can't be beaten with the mind. Like, hey, we got a new super champ, Mr. King Palmer. Nah, Terrence Crawford is Terrence Howard is similar, but he sound like he crying more. Virgil's more smooth with it, you know. And training like a big cat, you know. Terrence Howard sound like he crying. Sir, sir, what you doing? Like, you know, I was just playing with you, young black man. Like, you know, his shit sound like this ain't right, sir. What you mean? Like a man different than a dog, man. You see, Sean Porter, I'm trying to tell you, he need to fight Errol Spence if he. Yeah, Terrence Howard a little bit different. He got them, like, whoop that trick, you know. So basically, what I was trying to say. And if Errol Spence, he really think he got the man down, then he need to fight Porter if he. That's how Terrence Howard would do it. I've been to Texas, and I think Errol Spence, he the truth with a man down and a man different than a dog, man. We gotta get to this money. Mr. King Palmer, $5 super. Gang. He said, what's up, Ego? I was just playing with you, young black man. Have you seen the trailer for Bodied? No, I heard about it. Eminem produced it. It's the battle rap one. It's another 8 Mile film produced by Eminem. Nah, I think it's a YouTube film too. Nah, there's Terrence Howard and Bill Clinton. There's subtle differences. They sound similar. I just want the people to know that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. You see, Monica Lewinsky, the bitch, she lied on me. I didn't ski. I always ski. It's different. You know, it's little subtle differences. That's how you have to do with the voiceovers. It's a little subtle different. Like, what if Bill Clinton was calling fights? Oh, he hit that motherfucker. He hit him hard as fuck. Oh, shit, he went down. I just want the referee not to prematurely stop the fight. That wouldn't be right if me and my cats, it's a little bit different. See the difference? Terrence Howard, man, different than the dog, man. I'm just trying to this dude is a fucking character, man. Sir, Empire coming up. Man, I was just playing with you, young blood, man. Okay, Jim. Okay. That's how Terrence was. He's not getting up, Jim. I tell you, he ain't getting up. Like, Terrence Howard sounds like you turning the radio station. I was just playing with you, young man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to fine tune like an AM, FM radio. Sir, I was just playing with you, young man. A dog different than a dog, man. What's up with this hustle and flow, man? I was just playing with you, man. What's up with it, Iron Man, man? That shit was funny when Jamie did that. That shit. I was just playing. Oh, man, we got the livest live streams. Ego, you working machine. I just went to sleep, woke up, and still live. No, I'm not still. We came back. It wasn't even supposed to be. I'm about to get off for you. You know what I'm saying? You should do movies, bro. Man, we about to do everything. I was just playing with the movies, man. Our time is now. We done the livest live gates. Anyway, another successful vampire stream. Man, I'm just saying, we got to keep it a buck. Damn, my barber got my hair looking cut. My cut looking good, man. Tell me that tape fell skinny, man. Hey, remember Terrence Howard? He was acting like a little Beezy in the Crash. He was acting weak in that. Hey, Sean is out of pocket. You Drake looking? That's what's up. Tired of hearing the same shit. Crash was a good movie. I liked it. It's been a minute. I like to, watch certain movies if I haven't seen them in a while. That car was so ass. Oh my God. That's hella funny. Hey, Hamza, you tripping. Why you delete him? Don't delete that. You don't have to delete that. Stuff like that. I don't care about shit like that. If they being disrespectful, that's something else. I get that bullshit a lot. Yeah, man. The vampire stream. Oh, man. We about to really turn up. I got some new stuff for my gear. Sign up to the Patreon now before it's too late. Well, it's not going to be too late, but I'm about to start putting in some work. We about to make a couple of different changes. I can't announce too much because motherfuckers be copying me, but you might as well subscribe to the Patreon because I'm going to start putting exclusive stuff. I'm going to run some contests and stuff. It's about to get real lit. Shout out to the Patreon. I know I haven't really, I had a bunch of Patreons and then we lost a lot of them because I haven't been active on it, ever since I opened it, so for that, I'll make it up to the people, and I appreciate the people who are just, doing it to support, but I have not even uploaded one video or whatever. Actually, how do you upload a video to Patreon? It's about to go down. What do I have to do? Like, am I uploading a YouTube video? Anybody familiar with that or sign up to anybody's Patreon? What is it? Where's the video? Do I upload it directly to Patreon, or is it something that I upload to YouTube and then embed the link into Patreon? Does anybody know? Anybody follow like a Patreon page? Because I don't even know. I don't even follow nobody on Patreon, and I haven't even updated anything. Anybody know? No? Okay. I'll just have to look it up. I'll look it up. That's cool. Anyway, that's the episode. Okay, that's good to know. When you upload it, your subs get an email. But I still don't know what I'm uploading from. Is it uploading directly to Patreon? Or does it upload to YouTube and then I copy and paste the link or some shit? Because basically my question is this: the reason why I want to know, damn, my cut look cool. The reason I want to know, the reason I want to know is because how do I make it so it's exclusive for Patreon people? Like if it's just a YouTube video. Shout out to Phil, I feel you. How is it exclusive? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how is it like only private? So I don't know. I guess I have to just research it. I just don't know. I don't know about Patreon like that. Like I haven't researched it like that to know how it's exclusive to them, like as opposed to other videos. But I'm about to get it bracking with that. Anyway, I'm gonna do my research on it. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a fun one. This was a real fun episode. I enjoyed this one. Sue Young Daddy looking ass. Hey, I'm done. Why would they not want my help? The girl don't like you. Nobody like you. Shout out to Phil Moho. We working. We the future. The Vampire Stream. This was a good one. This why we had to put this in the classic, the vote. Anyway, it's been real. Holla at the kid. The Vampire Stream.